tell me a little bit about, bro, how'd you get into the life insurance space originally?
Yeah, man. So for me, just probably like most of the people in this industry, obviously we're in a very, very young industry. A lot of people are 20, 18, 22, whatever. I went to college. I was playing NAIA football, and I just didn't feel like I had a purpose really. I was working at Walmart as well. So I was paying off college, trying to do that, trying to be an athlete, but I still didn't feel purpose, right? I had to work, practice. At the end of the day, I didn't feel like I accomplished anything. So at that end of the year, I was lucky to have a local around me where I live that was in the insurance space as well, hit him up. And just like probably 75% of the industry, I was skeptical. Did you actually make $10,000? Like, hey, are you the 1% of the population? Like, is this seriously something I can do? Right. Super skeptical. But when he talked to me, he was younger than me as well. So, right. This
Mhm.
industry is crazy. And I had to understand that as well. Right. Let's ego go away, have humility, learn from people that are doing what you want to do. So I dropped school, left everything, and just started insurance in the summer. Luckily, I had some, time in the summer where I wasn't working and I didn't go to school. So I just put all my effort into that. And that was actually, I think this actually might be my 1 year. May 14th may be my 1 year into the business.
Yeah.
So from there, was sky's the limit. My biggest month was 70K issued premium. We're looking for 100K here soon, hopefully, especially with these leads, they're fire. But yeah, it's kind of how I got into it. From there, was sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, dude, 100%, bro. So take us back, man, because I didn't even know that. So we're gonna get into that in a second. But tell agents about your first 30 days, bro. Because I'm big on we have a lot of new agents who watch these and want to know. And I'm not even talking about 30 days with Lead Lab. I'm talking about your first 30 days. Like, did you get your teeth kicked in? Were you working aged? Just like kind of talk to that new agent who's literally about to start about kind of your experience and then also what they can expect.
Yeah. So even when I talk to new agents, I'm first 30 days, first thing you want to expect just right away is I always ask them, what's the worst food you absolutely, what's the food that's going to make you throw up tomorrow? Think of that food for the next 30 days because that's what it's going to be, right? For me, I made every single mistake you could think of, every mistake in the book. Socials, proposed insured names, effective dates, everything. Every mistake, but I was a true believer in make every single mistake so you don't make it again, right? You can only make so many new mistakes. So just make them all right now. So when you do make them all, you don't make them again and you learn from those mistakes. Now, in the beginning, I will say I don't want to say I got lucky, but I did make my first sale my first day. I don't know how many people do that. There's a good percentage, but I don't know how many people do that. But that gave me that belief that if I could do one, I could do 1,000. After that first day, it probably was another 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks before I closed again. But I did
Mm.
all the right steps every single day because I knew it was only a day until I reap those rewards. I continue to buy leads. I continue to show up every single day. And I was just obsessed with the business, everybody, whether it was leads, people in the business, what they were doing, whatever the case is, obsession was my number one thing. If you're not obsessed with trying to better yourself, then you're doing a disservice to yourself, right? So that's just where I was at. First 30 days were super, super tough. First day, I was able to pop up a cell that gave me that belief. And I understood just like playing ball, just like anything that I did sports in the beginning of my life as a whole, I think is a testimony where you just got to do the right things. And if you do the right things, you will reap those rewards at some point. It's just a matter of time. And you
Dude,
don't have to be talented. You don't.
yeah, 100%, bro. So let's dive into that. What are those right things that you're referring to that an agent can take out and actually go do?
So already, number one, I think just statistically, any 18 to probably 22-year-old, I would say less than 5% would actually be willing to sit in front of their computer for more than 10 to 15 hours consistently every single day. So that alone, being consistently on every single day is something that's hard already. Now, being intentional, I wasn't just on dialing numbers to dial numbers. My next dial was going to be my next close where I was going to get further into script because I still need to work on verbiage, rebuttals, all these good stuff. So I just wanted to get further. I just wanted to learn. So every day I was being intentional and super consistent with my time, but also I had my time scheduled, right? I can dial all day, but if I have five of the same rebuttals that has been cooking me the whole time, then I'm wasting time not learning from that. So I can go from 9 to 8. I'm 100% dialing. After 8, I'm getting deep diving with my upline, all the issues that I had that day. Because if I'm not correcting it, then I'm just going to go show up and do it again tomorrow. Now, obviously, when I did propose insured and all those social and all that good stuff that I was learning on the fly, you go you learn as you do those mistakes, but you really want to break that down at the end of the day. Because if you can't audit your business, audit who you are and what you're doing, you're never going to move on, right? Because just like you, I'm sure you can make a lot of money this month and next month It may have been a little bit more, but what are your profit margins, right? So you always have to audit yourself, whether you're 30 days into the business or a year into the business, because there's always things you have to do better. So audit yourself, stay consistent, super intentional. And I think one thing also is just your emotions, right? Too many people like to bring feelings into this. The person over the phone doesn't care what you feel like. My mom could have died tomorrow or last night, and I have to show up on the phone 100% alive, looking for the best interest of my client because they don't know what's going on in my life, nor should they care because they're just looking to get a product that they, inquired me for. So those are I would say, top four things you have to have when you're first starting, at least that I look for. And I think if I could bring another one is be appreciative, right? Because the person that brought me into the business, I thank them all the time for it, right? Someone that's thankful, someone that can be appreciative. I think it shows to their character, right? Who they're going to be when they are making a lot of money, who they're going to be when maybe things aren't going to go so well. Because when you are appreciative, by default, your demeanor is going to be a little bit better. You're not going to be mad or sad or whatever the case might be.